We are living in the era of some amazing tech revolutions. Computers are writing songs. People are using some amazing art pieces just by using some text. They are becoming co-pilots to the work. Hi everyone, my name is Ankit Sinha. I am co-founder and CTO of Tagbin Services Private Limited. Tagbin is majorly a company that is using a lot of tech revolutions to build experiences. So, if I talk about AI has been affecting all the fields, be it NLP, be it computer vision, be it AI powered analytics, be it automation, be it some generative AI, which is the buzz of the world these days. So, AI is present in every form and everywhere. And with its advancement everywhere, people are scared of losing jobs. I mean, not only just normal people, there are visionaries who are basically very afraid of losing the human race in entirely. So what is AI? Let's just start with a quick introduction of what is AI, and then we will take the talk further. So AI is nothing but an intelligence which is better than human. So that's why we call it artificial intelligence. So whatever intelligence which is built out of computers, out of softwares, which is capable of taking decisions better than human, is something which we call it artificial intelligence system. So how does that work? So it basically mimics human brain. So you know how our brain works. It is made up of trillions of neurons and trillions of connections to these neurons. So that same thing has been mimicked by the scientists these days. So what happens is you have layer of neurons. So each layer is made up of small artificial dots, which we call it artificial neurons in the artificial system. And these neurons are triggered based on certain activities. For example, when you feed an image to a system, it takes different actions and different neurons are activated accordingly. So consider trillions of neurons layered in a multiple layered system, and then you combine this system and you fed a humongous amount of data, and at the end of it you get a simple model which is capable of making differences, identifying patterns inside it. And now there's a different term called ML. ML is basically machine learning in its full form, but it is a form of AI. So there are different forms of machine learning out there. There's supervised, there's unsupervised. The agenda is pretty simple. This specific form of AI is capable of understanding patterns from the data. So you feed them a lot of data, and then it will be able to take decisions entirely. So combinedly, this is what an AI is these days, and we have been talking a lot about the buzz that is going on in the field. And the problem that is happening these days are people getting affected of losing jobs. So recently, there's has been an open letter signed by a lot of entrepreneurs, including Elon Musk, and the idea that they're sharing is they want to somehow regularize the development of AI. I mean, that's really next to impossible because given the fact that it's being developed by a lot of companies and everybody wants to take a competitive advantage. You know how it is, right? So it's very difficult to regularize, but people like Elon Musk and other top-notch people are afraid of it. So there has to be something behind it, and especially they are affected by the field called generative AI. We have all heard of the nearest notion, which is Chat GPT, and everybody's talking about it. But what exactly Chat GPT is? Chat GPT is really a revolution in the field of AI, and the kind of things that it is capable of doing compared to what has happened in the past. Or you can actually consider like you can do a one-on-one comparison of what happened with the introduction of fire in the human race. AI is something similar to that. So back then, when calculator was invented, professors from different universities were protesting about it, that it might take up jobs and things like that. And I've seen that video while I was researching about it. Similarly, when computer was introduced in the market, everybody was again very much concerned about losing their job. In fact, my dad was one of them that was worried about losing jobs. But they were trained, and there are a lot of people actually did lose their job, but then multiple people adopted about it. I mean they learned how to use computers, and these days computer has become one of the most important tools that everybody is using. Now this time is the time of revolution. This is the time of AI where you are doing things at scale. The problem actually come when you try to extrapolate the development of AI, and then you reach to self-aware AI, and this is where everybody is majorly concerned about what is the problem that self-aware AI will be capable of doing. So I'll quote some examples regarding this. Recently, after development of ChatGPT, there has been two more development, which is not that uh, sophisticated, but it may be a stepping stone towards it. The development of Auto GPT and Chaos GPT. Now, what these models are capable of doing is these models are capable of training other models, which is very scary in a way, because you are letting a system learn by itself and then take decision by itself. So there's one experiment that happened, which is related to chaos GPT, and the task that was given to it is to destroy the human race. And then it came up with this entire set of step-by-step ideas, step-by-step action that needs to be taken, which also involve nuclear warfare. All right, so this is again very, very theoretical right now. It's happening. They are able to think. The only thing that they're not able to do is take action. So if you see all these models these days, be it chat gpt or any generative form of models, they are able to take actions. They will be able to perform tasks based on your inputs, but they are not capable of taking actions. But this is now if you extrapolate this, let's go 10 years, 20 years down the line. I'm pretty sure these models will have that capability where they can take actions on behalf of us. Now, when once that happens, then it becomes a little dangerous in terms of what it is capable of. It might be capable of triggering things. It might be capable of doing some actions which is not supposed to be done. Now, as a human race, or as a people who is developing machine learning or AI systems, also very important what kind of data we are feeding to the machine learning models. And that's very important because that's the crux of their entire working. So there has been an instance where a face recognition system were developed, and this system was capable of recognizing face. That's a very standard and classic AI use case. But what happened is this was developed in a specific region, and the model that was used, I mean, the data set that was used to generate or train this model was pretty much, a huge data set of people of that specific region. Now, think of this tool being used by people from other regions. So this model is not, trained on the people from different regions. So the system started performing badly, obviously. So now that is basically the responsibility of us. So this is basically called biased training. So when it comes to biased training, this is obviously the model will only work based on whatever you have given to it. So again, so this entirely, if you see, it's completely dependent on us. So chat gpt is basically a large language model. It's not a knowledge model, it's a language model. So it's capable of understanding languages. It's not capable of understanding knowledge, but soon it will be, because ChatGPT is nothing but a language model which is basically sequencing or tokenizing the words that you have given it, and it's actually completing that in a very intelligent way based on this string. So, in a nutshell, if you see, this is what AI is, and what I see in terms of future, it's gonna be very, very useful to human race. Obviously, there are downsides to it, and we have to figure out a way of sorting that out. But I'm pretty sure if you see the past, we have done it in the past, and we'll be able to surely do it in the future. The only thing is we have to be a little responsible on what we are building. In my company also, I'll mention some of the projects that we have done which uses AI. So as I mentioned initially, Tagbin is basically a company who build experiences based on technology. So it's been in our DNA that we have always been on the edge, or always bleeding edge is the technology that we use. So there's a lot of projects that we have used, which is completely driven on top of AI, and there are some which use like 30-40% of the AI. So there's one project that I was working on, which is a generative model, which involves taking input of two images and then taking decision based on that. We really had to train that model on billions of images. So nearly, if you see, there are a lot of already available services that lets you write text and then it will generate an images. What we have built is basically a system that will take image as an input, and generate image as an output. So that system is capable of actually understanding images and then generating images based on that. Other examples may include things like building experiences. For example, we normally work a lot with government bodies, so we developed a system which is basically an experiential solution, which actually let you compare yourself with the different prime ministers of India. So there was a small setup that we did, which involved you standing up in front of camera, and we ran AI comparison from your face to all the prime minister faces, and we then let you know what is the similarity index, and then based on that we get the output. So it's a very small use case if you see, which let you compare with your prime minister, and everybody was so thrilled to use that. I mean, everybody wanted to talk about themselves being matched with the prime ministers. I mean, this is one small example, but the technology behind it is huge. So you know how it is. Right? There's one more thing that we did, and we have been very clear with our stance with AI, and we have been investing a lot of money building our AI team. In fact, recently we did an exhibit on AI that was done again for some government body. So that exhibit was again huge, where we used all kind of AI technologies and we showcased to normal people what an AI is. They were able to experience AI, although they are experiencing AI these days, and they have been using it in all the aspects. But the only thing is they don't know. For example, if you use any virtual assistant, you are using AI, but that specific thing that they're using, they don't know that they're interacting with AI, or what are other things that is available that is using AI. So that exhibit was majorly planned to showcase them what is AI like, what India is doing in the field of AI, and how you can use AI in a better way. I mean, this is one of the project that I am personally very keen on doing. And if I talk about in terms of data, again, as I said, there are a lot of projects that we have done. There's one more project which involved a lot of data crunching. So that data crunching is a very classic way of doing what do you call it, machine learning or AI. But then that involved use of large language models like one developed by OpenAI, which involves us crunching that data, and the amount of tasks that was supposed to be done to complete that project was, I mean, if I talk about minimum number of days, it's going to take at least 2 3 months. And using that AI support, we were able to do it in just 3 days. So that's a humongous thing. Although it always involved a lot of job losses, and we understand that, but this is how it is. So I mean, this is what we have for AI, and our stance is pretty clear that AI is going to revolutionize anything and everything, be it medical field, be it defense field, be it agriculture. It's gonna be there everywhere, and we need to be on top of it, and we need to use it as much as we can. Thank you so much.